now, the officials are ready, the fighters are in the ring, and they are ready. So for the thousands in attendance and the millions watching around the world, ladies and gentlemen, let's get ready to rumble!
Alright guys, so for the main event, there's no place like home for Ramon Cardenas. Visiting unbeaten junior featherweight prospect Rafael Pedroza was dealt a harsh reality by the local favorite, who scored a stunning second-round knockout Friday evening at Boeing Center at Techport in his San Antonio hometown. Cardenas scored 2 knockdowns, the latter which produced the immediate ending of 1 minute 13 seconds of round 2 in their Showtime-televised ShoBox main event. Open quote, "I told you, I'm ready for anyone, bring them all on," Cardenas said while he stared into the camera after by far his biggest win to date. An early sign of things to come saw Cardenas force the action, convinced that his undefeated opponent carried a padded record and was in over his head. Pedroza seemed a bit out of sorts in the opening round at his first career fight outside of Panama and never had a chance to establish his rhythm. Cardenas put an end to any chance of that 1 round later. A perfectly timed left hook caught Pedroza flush and sent him to the canvas. The shot seemed to be more of a surprise than a damaging blow, but Pedroza never had a chance to recover. Cardenas followed suit with another left hook over the top mere seconds later. Rafael Ramos decided that Pedroza, 15 wins, 1 loss, 11 by way of knockout, was done for the night. The first loss of Pedroza's career also marked his earliest night at the office since his 4th pro fight. Cardenas sailed to 23 wins, 1 loss, 11 by way of knockout as he picked up his 11th consecutive victory. He is now a perfect 9 wins, 0 losses at home, with Friday's win marking his 3rd straight fight in San Antonio. His previously biggest win came 14 months ago in this city, when he outpointed Michel Banquez over 10 rounds last July 9th at the famed Alamo Dome. Also on the card tonight, Mirko Coelho went the 10-round distance for just the 2nd time in his latest win. The unbeaten Argentinian knockout artist was credited with a 5th-round knockdown, but had to settle for a lopsided points win over Rudy Garcia in their battle of unbeaten featherweights. Coelho won by scores of 99-90 on all 3 cards in their Showtime-aired ShoBox co-feature Friday from Boeing Center at Techport in San Antonio, Texas. Garcia took a risk and jumped out to a strong start versus the heavy-handed Coelho. The unbeaten 26-year-old Los Angeles native came forward with a 2-fisted attack to the body and upstairs. Coelho landed the more telling blows when he was able to get off his punches, but was considerably outworked in the first 3 minutes. That changed dramatically in round 2. Coelho loaded up on his left hook, which he dug to the body and drove hard upstairs. A shot over his opponent's guard caught Garcia and produced a cut over his left eye. Coelho avoided a knockdown call when his knee hit the ground late in round 3. Garcia cupped his hand behind the back of Coelho's head and pulled him to the canvas, but also landed a punch behind it as Coelho rose and went back down to a knee. The sequence was ignored by referee John Shorley, who allowed the action to continue. It came late in that round that saw Coelho impose his will and open a 2nd cut, this one above the bridge of Garcia's nose. A knockdown was called in round 5, though no punch seemed to produce the fall. But both boxers landed left hooks, but Garcia was the worse for the wear and attempted to clinch. Coelho continued on the attack as Garcia once again tried to tie up his relentless foe. He eventually fell to the canvas, which was ruled the bout's first official knockdown. Garcia continued to offer constant movement while Coelho remained on the hunt. Garcia eventually slowed and tried to stand and trade as blood flowed from over the cut over his left eye. Coelho threw compact left hooks and right hands as he effectively cut off the ring near the end of round 8. Coelho, 13 wins, 0 losses, 11 by way of knockout, was not without his own adversity. He had swelling under both eyes and had to fend off Scrappy Garcia, who never backed down but was simply outgunned in the power game. The fight ended a 5-fight knockout streak for Cuello, whose lone other distance fight came in a December 2021 fight in San Juan de los Lagos, Mexico. Alright guys, Freitas Rojas Jr. heard the judges' scorecards for the first time in his young career. There was no drama when he arrived to that point, as the second-generation boxer scored a landslide unanimous decision over Saul Bustos Rojas, won by scores of 79-73, 79-73, and 80-72 in the opening bout of the Showtime-aired Showtime triple header Friday from Boeing Center at Techport in San Antonio, Texas. Rojas used the early rounds to remind the world that his perfect knockout to win ratio doesn't mean he can't box. The 6'2 welterweight who boxed earlier this century put his massive height and reach advantage to good use and kept Bustos at the end of his long right jab. Bustos was breathing heavy after 2 rounds and struggled to work his way inside. Punching was offered by Rojas in round 3, who threw a hard, straight left hand between his jab. Bustos was short with his jab and consistently beaten to the punch. Both fighters were warned by referee Ellis Johnson to keep it clean after they both fell to the canvas late in the round. Bustos used a lead right hand to close the gap in round 5. The Los Angeles-based boxer landed singular body shots, which were immediately countered by Rojas, who used lateral movement to set up his power punches. Rojas stuck with the jab, but was forced to fend off oncoming Bustos, who landed with greater regularity in round 6. The success came at a price for Bustos, who had to convince the doctor that he could continue after he twisted his left ankle after he stepped on Rojas's right foot. The injury didn't seem to be a factor, so Bustos struggled to breathe through what appeared to be a broken nose. Rojas barely had to veer from his primary game plan to stick his jab and offer subtle movement to set up his left-hand power shot. Rojas left his corner to enter the 8th round for the first time in his career. He didn't show any signs of slowing down, though Bustos managed to land a pair of body shots and right hands as the fight approached the final minute. Rojas shrugged off the sequence and found him in range to return to the jab down the stretch. Bustos fell to 15 wins, 2 losses, 1 draw as he suffered this second straight defeat. Rojas's 11th fight knockout streak ended, though the 8th round win was his finest performance to date. He improved to 12 wins, 0 losses, 11 by way of knockout, with the win, which came 2 months after a 7th round stoppage of Diego Santiago Sanchez on July 15 Showtime triple header in Las Vegas. Alright guys, well, what did you think about the ShoBox card? Let us know if you guys caught it, and which fight did you guys enjoy the most? Alright, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and also share the vid. We appreciate you guys. Take care.